Once there lived a man who was deeply troubled by the course of his life. Since childhood, his journey had been shadowed by endless hardships. His father had passed away when he was still very young, leaving behind a heavy burden on his small shoulders. From that tender age, he was forced to take care of his mother and younger siblings, bearing the full weight of the family's responsibilities before he even understood the meaning of life. As the years went by and he grew into adulthood, he eventually got married, holding on to the hope that perhaps marriage would bring a wave of happiness and ease into his life. But fate had other plans. Instead of lightening his burdens, life only became more complicated. Every time one problem seemed to fade, another would arise, sometimes even heavier than the last. He felt trapped in a never-ending cycle of struggles, where peace was a stranger he could never reach. One day, overwhelmed by exhaustion and frustration, the man decided to seek wisdom. He made his way to a wise monk and poured out his heart, saying, "Sir, I am weary of this world. My life is nothing but a chain of endless problems. I wish to renounce everything and become your disciple. Please, I am desperate for peace." The monk listened carefully and replied with a gentle smile, "Very well, you may become my student. But first, tell me in detail, what is it that troubles you so deeply?" The man, heavy with sorrow, began to speak. "Master, my life is filled with never-ending worries. Sometimes I am drowning in financial troubles. Other times, there are conflicts at home with my wife. Problems at work surface, and when those settle, new worries quickly take their place. It seems I am destined never to succeed, only to struggle, always sad, always anxious." The monk listened quietly without interrupting, his eyes filled with understanding. Finally, he said, "Stay with me for now, in my humble cottage. Tomorrow we shall begin your new journey." The next morning, just as the first rays of the sun kissed the earth, the monk woke the man and said, "Come, let us go. We are traveling to another village." They set off together, walking through winding paths and silent fields. After some time, they arrived at the bank of a wide river. The waters flowed steadily, glistening under the morning light. Both stood there in silence, watching the river for a long while. Finally, the monk spoke, "We must cross this river." The man nodded, expecting to move forward, but the monk remained still, simply gazing at the flowing water. Time passed and the man grew restless. Eventually he asked, "Master, you said we have to cross the river. Why are we just standing here?" The monk responded calmly, "We are waiting for the river to dry up. Once it dries, we shall cross." After saying this, he fell silent. The man stood there, bewildered. After a moment, he said anxiously, "But master, how can that be? The river will not dry up on its own. It will continue to flow as it always has. If we keep waiting for it to dry, we will remain stuck here forever. Shouldn't we try to cross it, even if the journey is difficult?" The monk smiled gently, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. "Exactly," he said. "That is the very lesson I wanted you to understand. Life is just like this river, and the problems you face are like its flowing waters. They will never truly stop. If you wait for all your problems to disappear before moving forward, you will stand still for the rest of your life. Instead, you must gather your strength, face the current, and cross, even if it is hard, even if it feels overwhelming. Only then can you reach the other side." The monk turned to the man with deep compassion in his voice and added, "My friend, running away from the world will not erase your struggles. It is the same as waiting for this river to run dry. Even if you renounce the world, you will find that different kinds of problems still follow you. True peace does not come from escape. It comes from courage, from standing tall against life's storms. So return home. Do not surrender to difficulties. Face your battles, overcome them, and that is the only true path forward." The man's eyes widened with understanding. In that simple yet profound moment, a heavy fog lifted from his heart. That one lesson, that singular moment by the river, transformed his way of thinking. From that day onward, he stopped waiting for life to be perfect. He chose instead to move forward, no matter how fierce the challenges ahead. Slowly, with determination and bravery, he began to rebuild his life. Step by step, things started to get better. This story teaches us a deep and vital truth. Problems are a part of every life. No one is free from struggles, Some wrestle with financial hardships. Others battle family conflicts. Some suffer from health issues, and many fight silent wars within their own minds. Life is not easy, not for anyone. But true strength lies in the choice to keep moving forward, even when the waters are rough. Too often, we believe that once a certain problem is solved, life will finally be peaceful. But the reality is far different. When one problem fades, another inevitably rises in its place. If we spend our lives waiting for a moment when everything is perfect, we will waste all our days standing still. Just like standing beside a river, hoping it will dry up. And just as the river keeps flowing, life too keeps moving, carrying new challenges with it. That is why we must keep walking forward, even while facing our problems. We cannot run away. We cannot surrender. We must confront every obstacle head on, because through each struggle we grow. Through each difficulty, we carve new strength into our spirit. And through each test, life pushes us closer to the success we dream of. Problems may appear like towering hurdles, but in truth, they are the stepping stones that lift us higher. Every challenge is a lesson in resilience. Every setback teaches us something essential. Therefore, instead of fearing life's difficulties, we must learn to embrace them. True success and lasting peace are not born in times of ease. They are built when we choose to keep moving forward, even when the path is rough, even when the storms rage. So do not stop. Do not wait for a perfect day. Do not let fear chain your feet. Keep moving, keep fighting, and one day you will find yourself on the other side, stronger, wiser, and truly at peace.